welcome back to another episode of Modern Brew Life. Today we're not actually talking about beer, we're actually talking about some wine today. And we're actually with my friend Melissa.
Hello!
Who is in charge, or what was it again?
So I work for a winery that's based out of Napa Valley, and it's called One Hope, and I am a representative. We call ourselves cause entrepreneurs. A majority of the wines are partnered with Rob Mondavi Jr., which is one of the top winemakers in Napa Valley. And Mari Coyle is also our head winemaker. She's one of the very few female winemakers in Napa, which is pretty great. I think that's pretty exciting that there's a woman winemaker in charge.
Yeah, women in charge for alcohol. That's where it's at.
This is the Merlot. This is from our Vintner collection. This is actually one of the wines that is partnered with Rob Mondavi Jr. So what I love about all of our wines that I would like to just first and foremost point out is that each one of these bottles, they all have a different charitable cause partner. So for example, this actually goes to educating people on heart disease prevention. These two bottles in the front right here actually go towards feeding children who don't know when their next meal is coming from. We have a bunch of different cause partners, which are great that we go to. It's all done through a dollar to impact ratio. So
how did all this kind of come about, and what do the each wine kind of represent?
So the way that One Hope comes up with how much to donate through either a case sale or a half case sale or a certain amount of bottles, whether if it's just one bottle or two bottles serves an impact, they have a dollar to impact ratio that they come up with and establish with their nonprofit charitable partners. So for example, there's an organization called Why Hunger, and they work with this bottle, the one that has the glitter on it. It's probably one of my favorite ones. It's our sparkling champagne. So the way that they work is they ask, how much money do you need in order for it to make an impact? So this bottle, just this bottle alone, if you purchase this bottle, this actually serves one child 5 meals. And they say 1 in 5 children don't know when their next meal is coming from. So it's really great to be able to drink wine and help feed children, which is
always a bonus.
Always a bonus. We all win.
Exactly. So besides that wine, so what else, or what other charities, or do the other wines go to different charities? So
every single bottle goes to a different charity. So the ones that I have here, I have the Pinot Noir, which is one of our reserves. And this one helps educate people on how to save endangered species. We have this Vintner Chardonnay right here, and it helps fund clinical trials for breast cancer. And this one right here is one of my favorites. It's our reserve Rutherford Sauvignon Blanc. It supports getting Napa farm workers healthcare. And the one that I'm drinking on right now helps prevent heart disease, helps provide education for informing people on different ways to prevent heart disease and take action on it. And it's also very delicious.
Yeah, not only that, they do say red wine is good for the soul.
Glass a day keeps the doctor away.
Mm-hmm.
What's cool too about these bottles, I don't know if you noticed that when I'm going over what cause is, they literally tell you everything on this bottle. So,
which is actually pretty cool from a graphic design point.
It's so cool. It tells you literally all of the information on it. Tasting profile, what it pairs with. This one says it pairs with carne asada, cupcakes, staycations, and sunsets.
Some staycations, I like that.
Staycations. And then it gives you the statistic.
Oh, statistics. There we go.
Statistic. So right here for the heart disease, it says heart disease accounts for 1 in 7 deaths in the U.S. And then it also shares with us this bottle helps fund education resources to help prevent heart disease.
And it's also cool about that because I've been seeing a lot more smaller breweries, not so much like Ballast Point or Stone. They've been doing, well, not really this company either, been doing kind of stuff like this where for beer it'd be IBUs for hops. It sometimes gives the yeast. If the brewers want to. That's sometimes a trade secret. What grains they also use in it, and sometimes the mash temp, but that also could be kind of trade secret as well. And also what other adjunct they use in it too, which I guess it's transferring both from beer to wine.
That's great.
It's pretty cool.
Especially for people who don't really know much about wine too, and they're trying to select what kind of wine they want. So they're not going just by just a pretty label, which...
Right, which most people do. They're like, I don't know.
Sometimes I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
So...
Sometimes you're like, I have no clue. There's so many wines to choose from. You have like this red, this Merlot. Actually, those are like the same thing. This white wine, like all the different choices, and they all have cool labels. Well, majority of them have cool labels. And then you're just stuck there, so you don't know like what to do. But when it's like printed out, kind of giving the viewer a general view at it and some knowledge, you can make a somewhat informed decision.
Yeah.
All right, so I also heard you do events as well, or the company does events.
Yeah, so like for example, if you approached me and you wanted me to come drink or come by and pour some wine for your buddies. I don't know if your buddies are into wine, or
I have some.
If your girlfriend wanted some wine, and so basically I come out there and you get to choose from 6 bottles of wine. I actually help walk you through that process of selecting perfect wines for you and your guests, and it's a great opportunity because we can also fundraise through it. So what that means is through that event, if anyone makes any purchases that are qualifying, which means purchasing a half or a full case, which are pretty well discounted during that event, we actually donate 10% back to a charity that you choose. So we support all of these nonprofits, but also if you have a nonprofit or a charity that you care about, we can actually give back to them through a wine tasting event. They don't even necessarily have to be wine tastings. We could do it through birthday parties, or if you have just any reason to celebrate, or
any adult birthdays.
You never know. I was a wild child. Or if you were working at an office or something and you guys like to participate in office happy hours, you guys can celebrate together and drink great wine and give back as an office group to a charity that maybe you guys are working with, or whatever.
Heard some talk about some clubs going on as well.
Yeah, so we have our Grateful Club, which is our preferred customer club. So what that means is you have the opportunity to purchase some of our wine online for 15 to 20% off. Plus you get half off shipping, which is great because usually our shipping is about $20. So if you are a part of our Grateful Club, no matter what you order, even if you get a full case of 12 bottles of wine, your shipping's only $10. $10, which is nothing. That's great. But also on top of that too is at the end of the year, you're actually, when you're purchasing wine, each time you purchase wine, you're actually starting your own fundraiser for yourself. So at the end of the year, you get to choose a charity of your choice too. So say Surfrider Foundation, they're a qualifying 105c3 nonprofit.
I mean, they're huge on the East and West Coast.
Yeah, definitely. So you can choose them, or Humane Society, or anybody that you like, even if they're really small. As long as they're 105c3, we can donate 10% back to them, and that would be at the end of the year. If you do not hit our qualifying sales where you do qualify to donate to a charity of your choice, you actually have the option to choose from any of the charitable cause partners that we already have, and we will still donate that 10% back to them. And also another additional bonus, which is pretty cool too, is we will donate $20, or One Hope will donate an additional $20 to your fundraiser too once you hit the qualifying mark as well. So they help you out also for your fundraiser.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to thank my friend Melissa and One Hope Wine for this lovely interview.
Thank you. This is fun.
It was fun. But yes, I will link everything, all the Facebook, Instagram, and website links below in the description once this video is done. And anything else you want to add?
Drink more wine, save the planet.
I like that. And also remember, have a homebrew. Catch you all in the next episode.
Woo!
Cheers.